weekend, I built safely my briefcase. Somehow this Waldo had a chance to steal the briefcase. I hired Leon and gave him $500 to buy back those bills from Waldo.
Instead, Waldo took Leon's dough and was forced to kill Leon in the process. And then he went out to keep another date and accidentally walked into an old pal hostile enough to blow him down.
And someone still has those bills. And I need further lawsuit.
The man who shot Waldo got away in Waldo's car with your briefcase in it. It could be. The cops caught him.
Oh.
Good morning, folks. I was just listening to Philip Marlowe radio show with Van Heflin. If you've never listened to Raymond Chandler's Philip Marlowe character, I highly recommend it. It's Raymond Chandler wrote this. He's one of the people who defined what film noir was, or noir, I guess. His whole style was that flippant, kind of hard-boiled detective Philip Marlowe. And the great thing about, excuse me, Raymond Chandler is it was all set in Los Angeles. So if you know Los Angeles and you've listened to these radio broadcasts that I believe were done by CBS, CBS, Columbia Broadcasting System. Wow, we never say CBS anymore. Who knows about NBC, CBS, ABC? Who cares about them, right? Excuse me, it's early in the morning. So, but yeah, if you listen to them, it's all set in Los Angeles. So if you're familiar with Los Angeles and the Los Angeles streets and neighborhoods, he references all those, which I just love. Just checking my watch. So anyway, I listen to him in the morning. But hi, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. It is morning for me. It's like 10 of 6. I woke up like at 5 a.m. And so here I am. I wanted to show you today my tablecloth here and my Russel Wright mug. So this mug, isn't that gorgeous? That's the redesigned mug. I'll bring it closer. So this isn't a redesign. This is an original. What's happening here? What's happening? Oh, the light sucks. Sorry. But this mug was his original Russel Wright mug, and then he redesigned it. I don't know why. Probably because when you put coffee in this handle gets really, really hot, and you're kind of you're just sort of sacrificing form and beauty, or functionality for form and beauty, because it really is. I just love the look of it. And are you having coffee now? Should I wait while you get your coffee? Yeah, I don't know what time it is. You could be watching this anytime, so you may not want coffee. But yeah, I wanted to show you this. This is in the chartreuse. I believe the glaze, well, it's a chartreuse color. I don't know if he called the glaze chartreuse. I'd have to look that up. But this, I just want to show you this tablecloth. This is a Russel Wright designed tablecloth made by Simtext. I guess it was in the 1950s he designed this. And he didn't actually really design, if you know anything about Russel Wright, there were a lot of tablecloths that sort of went along with his dinnerware, but this tablecloth, and not a lot that he actually designed or put his name on. And this was one that he put his name on. I think it's called Spice, and just love I love the colors of it. I love the pattern. It's got this checkerboard pattern, and then this band here of rectangles all the way around. So you've got that band there sort of as a border. But to me, this is sort of a quintessential mid-century ranch home kind of color pattern. And this, I'll show you something that's kind of fun. I got this my wonderful husband bought this for me, which actually has the label still intact. I don't know how it shows up, if it's reflective here with the plastic, but this is unused tablecloth, and this is with his own label. So let me see if I can get up close for you. Let's see if we can get some light on this. I don't know how this is going to read. Oops, sorry. I don't know if you can see that. Isn't that great? This has the label on it that says, so Simtex Modern design tablecloth designed by Russel Wright, fast colors. This fabric is made of 60% spun rayon and 40% cotton for lasting beauty and long wear. So this is pattern 6549. The size is 52 by 70, and the color is called Paprika. Made by Simtex, guaranteed by Good Housekeeping. So this is, just love this. Oftentimes, I mean, I've never seen a label. A lot of my stuff, so I've been collecting, just so you know, I've been collecting Russel Wright for over 20 years. I started with American Modern pattern line, actually, of dinnerware, and then have kind of progressed onto other lines of his dinnerware and tablecloths. But and I've collected a lot, mostly on eBay, to be quite honest, some thrift stores I've found. But this is, I found it very hard to find a tablecloth with a label on it myself, and my husband got this for me as a Christmas gift. I believe it was Christmas. Maybe it was my birthday. I think it was my birthday, actually. So, and this label is actually in great condition. I have this wonderful book I got years ago. It's Setting Your Table Right. It's by Gary and Laura Maurer, and they're amazing collectors of Russel Wright. And this tablecloth is in the book. And let me see if I can find it. I actually got this book when I went to visit Manitoga, which is Russel Wright's home. It's now a museum, basically, for his work, and it's a wonderful place. It's beautiful. If you're ever in upstate New York, go visit the home of Russel Wright, which is called Manitoga. It's just a stunning place, and it's beautiful. It's all, I think it's 60 acres that he transformed. He bought in maybe the 40s, 30s or 40s, I can't recall, or 50s, I can't remember, to be honest with you. But he bought this patch of land in upstate New York. It was actually an old quarry, and he transformed it, and he built his home there. The quarry itself he dredged and had filled with water, and he built his home on the edge of that quarry, and he transformed the surrounding forest, trees, into a landscape that looks like it was, how can I explain it? He edited the trees. He made it so all the views, everything looks natural, but it's all very intentional. So you have beautiful views, you have beautiful trails, you can walk, and it all looks absolutely natural, but he basically edited every tree, took out trees, took out boulders, moved boulders, and made it so it looked absolutely natural, but the natural landscape, but it was not at all like that. So it's a stunning place, Manitoba, but I digress. So this book by the Maurers, Setting Your Table Right, has in it a lot of tablecloths. Not all designed by Russel Wright, but these were all kind of tablecloths that go along with his dinnerware. And this is included, and he says, Simtex ad in Better Homes and Gardens in May 1951 offers a line called Modern Spice in two colorways, pepper, also called paprika, and curry, and two sizes, 52 by 52 and 52 by 70. Later ads in Good Housekeeping, a Woman's Home Companion, both October 1951, add a third size, 60 by 60. This Better Homes and Gardens ad clearly attributes the designs of the Modern Spice cloth to Russel Wright. It also says Syntex Modern, chosen by the Museum of Modern Art for outstanding good design. Wow, so what he writes about this design is an incredibly dense and intricate pattern. While not representing nature literally, the rich, lush color of Modern Spice speaks to one way that Wright evokes naturalness in his designs. In this cloth pattern, 4 bands of color intersect to create 10 different tones. The 4 main colors plus 6 blended combinations. That's really interesting, 6 blended combinations. This richness is reminiscent of natural phenomena while remaining steadfastly man-made. So, yeah, Russel Wright was very interested in nature and representing nature in his designs, as much as later on he became more influenced by that. He was very heavily influenced by Japanese culture. He visited, I think he worked in Japan for a while, and if you look at Manitoba, it's very much influenced by Japanese architecture and design. So he was quite a character, and I'll talk more about him. I'm not an expert on him. I don't have a huge collection of Russel Wright, but I have been fascinated and intrigued by him over the years because he really he and his wife Mary Wright revolutionized the way dinnerware was marketed and sold. Russel Wright was one of the first designers, and he really was on the forefront of what was called industrial design. There really wasn't that field so much. So he was one of the people that was on the forefront of that. And he was one of the first people to put his name on a product and to brand his product with his name and to create an identity around a designer. So today we have Martha Stewart, we have Ralph Lauren, we have Michael Kors, we have all these people that we know their brand, their name, it's attached to their product and their company and the whole thing. Russel Wright was really the first to do that. He was a really astute marketer with he and his wife. His wife really was kind of the brains behind the marketing and the business because they worked together. They would go to department stores and demonstrate the product. He wrote a book called A Guide to Easier Living, which really talked about how to entertain and how to live more in an easier, more comfortable, casual way in post-war America. So he was really kind of in touch with sort of the pulse of what was going on in terms of culture and helped really create it in some ways. So he was really quite an amazing figure. He had Quaker heritage, born into a really well-to-do family, upper middle class. I think his father was a judge, but he had Quaker roots, and I think it seems like in his designs he designed really in a more democratic way and thought about his designs in that way because he was the first one to market dinnerware in a way that you could buy it as standalone pieces. So in other words, prior to Russel Wright coming on the scene, you would buy sets of china. You would buy a whole set. Well, Russel Wright made it so that you could mix and match, because his first line was called American Modern, and he had different colorways in that, and you could sort of mix and match. So if you wanted just to buy plates, you could buy just plates. If you wanted just cups and saucers, you could just buy those. So he really changed the way dinnerware was purchased and thought about for the consumer. And from what I've read, his dinnerware was the most, he sold the most dinnerware in history. of American Modern. It was the most sold dinnerware ever, because that line came out in the 20s, I believe, 30s, maybe the 30s. So it was the most successful line of dinnerware. Whether by volume, I'm not sure, but I think it may have been. So anyway, but this is from his Iroquois line. This came later. And I have this, I'm drinking this today. You know, I think that's all for today, folks. I'm gonna continue listening to Philip Marlowe.
Maybe.
Thank you for coming
The police are
by.
interested in solving crime, not in tossing mud for the benefit of sensation eaters.
I really hope to show you more of my collection. So please stop by. I'll hope to post more. I'm a procrastinator. It's hard to get stuff done sometimes. But I'm going to do my best to bring out more of my cups and saucers from Russel Wright and tablecloths, and just show you what I've got. If you're a collector or of anything, if you collect dinnerware of some kind, whatever it may be, I also have Raymore. I have Franciscan that I collect. So I do have different lines and brands of dinnerware that I love, and I'd love to hear if you're a collector as well. So thanks for stopping by, folks. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Look, I've got to find it to at headquarters. Let me see what I can do.
Well, $500 to it.
Well, then that's what it'll cost you.
Good luck, and thank you, Mr.
Marlowe, Philip Marlowe, remember?
My name is Frank Barson.
Barsley.
Oh, what does that mean?
The big hydroelectric engineer?
Yeah. How did you know?
My voices tell me.
Oh,
Darling, this man is manifestly insane.
It's the heat, Miss Volchenko. It's the Santa and it's the desert wind. May I use your telephone?